So now that you've had a chance to hear from myself and Dr. Kohlmeyer, we're so happy to invite two students who actually went to Cozumel in January 2020 share their experiences. While I'll be asking them questions, I'll also share some photos that were taken while they were there. And in fact, the photo in my background is beautiful Cozumel as well. Start off, Lindsay, what made you choose this program?
To be honest, it was very last minute for my decision. I was in advisement day with Dr. Kohlmeyer, and she asked me just a simple question: are you interested in traveling? And if I was adding on my special education. And of course, I said yes. And it was just a very last minute decision, but I'm so thankful that I took on this opportunity, just to grow as like individually, but also to meet like new people and just study abroad.
I never thought that I was gonna do something like this. And even when I came back, people were like, I remember you saying you can never do this. But I originally signed up with one of my friends. We were talking to a local principal, and they were telling us how nice it looks on when someone comes in for an interview or on your resume to like get new experiences. And then this one came along and I thought it sounded really fun, so that's why I decided to join on it. I liked seeing all the different schools and how they did different things, and I could gain knowledge to bring back to my future classroom on different ways to do things, and just learning about their culture and the way they do things was really cool.
I think my biggest thing was that it was a learning curve for all of us. So it was cool to see how we all collaborated and adapted to the circumstances that we were in, with what like the schools had and what we brought, and just how we got to collaborate all together. Because in the future, we're gonna have our personal collaborations with our other coworkers. So I think that was just cool, just to kind of see it all happen, especially as a freshman. It was just cool to share a passion with everyone. I honestly love traveling, so I thought it was all very cool and exciting to see. But I think my favorite part was when we went to Playa del Carmen, which we took a little ferry across the island, and we just got to go through different shops and just kind of hang out at the beach. So that was fun.
I would have to say my favorite thing we did was we visited a school called Cam Laboral, which was the adult school, and they had a super cool environment there. They were super excited to have us there. And one thing that really stuck out, that they had incorporated so much fun into their school days all the time. At lunch, they would have speakers out at the lunch tables, and they would all just be dancing and having a great time together. And that was really cool to watch.
That was not my first time out. I've traveled to different countries. I've actually been to Cozumel, so that was kind of cool to go back there. But I would say like my best advice is, one, to pack light because you don't go through as many clothes as you think. And just kind of like enjoy this experience. Everyone's in the same boat or in the same position. And just stay calm and, like I said, enjoy the experience.
So I've been on a plane multiple times before and also traveled a few different places. I had similar advice as Lindsay, that you guys are all doing it together. There was a few people on this trip that it was their first time flying. And so we just sat next to, if they hadn't been on a plane, they sat next to someone who had been on a plane, and they just talked to each other, got to know each other on the program, as most of us didn't know each other going to it. And everyone's there for you on the trip, so okay. I would definitely take advantage of applying for the study abroad scholarships. And I know if you go in and talk to your financial advisor, they will be super helpful in helping you plan for it and using financial aid or getting scholarships and grants. If you can eligible for a grant and stuff like that, they're super helpful. And just if you know you want to go on one, if you can save a little bit before, but there's many ways that you can go. So I would definitely go.
I had similar notes written down about that as well. Like I said, I was very last minute, so I didn't have time to save, and it was just kind of a quick turnaround for financial aid and loans and all that. But the financial aid is super supportive and guides you through everything and just really helps you out through your experience.
Well, one of the things that we learned is that it's going to be super important that we plan collaboratively. This past year, even though students had requested a certain age group to work with in the schools, they also wanted to have an opportunity to visit the Center for Rehabilitation, and they really enjoyed the idea of visiting the Montessori school. And so trying to provide them with as many opportunities as possible is important. But I also know that there was a bit of a struggle with planning. So we've scheduled time before we go down where we can plan lessons that are appropriate, as well as collect materials and resources that we can take down. And doing that as a group rather than individually as they did last year will be more supportive and for all students, regardless of what age group they work with. So that's our plan, is to be more mindful in terms of planning the lessons ahead of time, but doing it more collaboratively so that we can share resources and also provide as many experiences as possible for the students in the CAM schools. So I think that's one of our primary changes. Otherwise, the excursions were very well received. We are going to have a little bit of a shorter time down in Cozumel. We have a individual who provides transportation for us to the various excursion sites as well as to schools every day. It's quite safe. And we had some time to have some meals as a group. And I think I'm going to continue to provide those group meals so that we will share. One thing I found out about this group is that we ate together, we shared together, we had breakfast together, we swam together. We became a very close group because we didn't go off on our own, so to speak. Most of the time we were together, be it reflecting at the end of the day by the pool, or having breakfast in the morning as a group. The hotel was very accommodating and very welcoming. And overall, it was a fabulous experience. And I'm very excited and looking forward to 2021.
Well, it sounds wonderful. I think that's all the time that we have, but thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Kohlmeyer, Lindsay, Brianna, and all of you viewers. And please learn more and apply by going to uwstout.edu/study abroad. Thank you.